Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're live. We're live and we're chasing it. Let's see what we can do today, boys. Let's have a good day. Make some money. Let's be calm. What do we got? So yesterday we did what I thought. Once this bottom was found and reclaimed, we went straight up. $382 before stopping me out. Continued higher to these highs. And now we're kind of just consolidating. This is London low. Kind of want a long off London low. See how we react. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. I want to get kind of a tight price test of this bottom. Want to see a price test of that, I think. Yeah, I think we're gonna get some a retest of like this price, kind of closer to these 395s, 400 area. This is the London low. I want to see the reaction there, gauge some participation. Here we go. We're getting a flush now. First 5 minutes of the market, no reason to take anything crazy. What I'm kind of looking at is this bottom for London low. Want to see the reaction here. Want to see it get swept or something. Opening print price is right here at the 15s. Got nowhere so far. Day 104, my boy. Day 104, Friday. We're on track still. We're gonna hit a max payout Friday, baby. Good morning, Saucy man. How you doing? How's the week treating you? How's the Tuesday? How was your night? Did you get some sleep? Did the boys sleep overnight? Trying the 400s now. London lows down at the 392s. Want to see this sweep down, take this liquidity, find a bottom. We're gonna take a trade off that. He slept when he finally went to bed. Struggled getting to fall asleep though. Yeah, little man was like, oh, energized, cranking. How'd I sleep? I slept all right. Got in bed a little later than I wanted, but still pretty tired from the work weekend, and then Hit the gym yesterday, so after I got home, made some food, and then pretty much went right to bed, bud. Hanging out right now. Price hasn't gone anywhere. Opening print price was right here at the 412s. We're exactly still there. We've gone sideways since opening. We have the London low down at the 394s. It's kind of attractive that I'm waiting on to see what happens. And then from there, we can kind of make some decisions. Market's only been open for 7 minutes. So for right now, no reason to be jumping at anything crazy. Here to try the 400s again. Pushing now to London lows. Actually, I don't even think that is technically London lows. It's 2 o'clock. Yeah. Where's 3 o'clock at? So this is technically Asia low. Okay. So we got a sweep of that price, and now we're returning right back into that. You guys know how I feel about that. It makes me immediately going to try and offer down here at these prices. Look at this reaction. After sweeping the London low, we're getting a nice reaction. For now, we're going to put a buy here. At the bottom of this wick, if we get a retest of it. What you know about that orb strategy? What you know about that orb strategy, Brad? That opening range of breakout, baby. That first 15 minutes. Come on now. Got about 6 minutes till that opening range even is formed. And then once that first 15-minute range is set, we can kind of see what we got for a little orb strategy, he says. I love it, buddy. We're actually going to move this up a little bit to like this bottom. We're going to try to buy the 406s. Try to get to buy the 400s on a little pullback here. We got a sweep of the Asia low already. Strong reaction from the buyers back into the range. So now we just want to kind of hold, buy a retest and see if that can hold. Holding the EMA right now. We haven't had a whole lot of range. As you can see, last night's session is pretty tight. Trying to buy these 407.50s. Let's see the reaction here. Right now, since sweeping that London or overnight low, Asia is, New York session's ripping right now. Since sweeping that bottom out, we're up about 390 to. Here we go. I think we're gonna get filled. I think we have a chance of getting filled here. Yeah. Let's see this hold now. See this wick hold. Oh my. Yeah, all right. Very quick trade. Right against us. Tried the bottom of this now. Trying to hold this re-bottom this test where we originally had our entry. We just get just a little too early on that move. This is going to wick here too. Man, I think we just got cooked there. Still want to see this continuation. Still expect it to. We're defending this previous bottom, this London or this overnight low. Have another strong wick there. We're going to try these 406s one more time here. Want to get filled here. Expecting these bottoms to hold out. Need this to go back to 26 now after taking that loss. Let's see what happens. We're in. Just trying to see if this bottom can be defended and held again. Getting a little push back to the EMA. We got to see it get over the EMA here. If we could have just had that for our first trade, we would have never been done. Nice little move. We'll see some continuation. Got to get over the EMA. We're looking for the 430s to try. Want to see this EMA support. Buyers are trying to hold this bottom that we found at overnight lows. Gotta get a push to the 430s here. Gotta get a push to the 430s here. Gotta get it off this EMA. Has to find some support. I think we're gonna have enough for a break even at this point anyways. And now we wait. Hopefully we can get a carry over to the 30s there. How's everyone doing today? EMA is going to be our obstacle. EMA is going to be the obstacle on this trade. If we can get over that, we should be clear. Gonna need this candle to push us now. Finding some support. Gotta see it continue. If we can't break higher, we will be finding some tries to the lower side there. Want to see this EMA defended. Or supported, I mean. Trying to see this bottom be held. Looks like we might get stopped here. Yes, we did. Now it's going to go ahead and go to the 30s, huh? Tricky price action right now. Kind of just going sideways. Opening print price is still right where we're at right now. Kind of compressing below the EMA slightly. Compressing below the EMA slightly here. We're looking for a continuation. We've already swept overnight lows. All these wicks are being held. It's going to be enough for me to try it again. Sucks that our stop loss was at that wick there. You see all these wicks on top of the fact that we're at this overnight low, so they're all kind of lining up. That's why we're taking our trade off of. We were hoping to get to the 30s right there off that trade. 30s would have been passed. We're still creating more wicks down here. Still think this is the trade. Just want to find a spot where it makes sense. We might be trying these wicks again. See how many wicks we're creating here. Very sideways price action. Don't need to rush anything. First 15-minute range has been set. Let's go get an image of it. Even though it's literally just sideways, so. This is our first 15-minute range here, boys. Very much nothing. Very much nothing so far. Let's be patient. Still trying to hold these bottoms. The bottom of this 15-minute range is also overnight low. Excuse me. Still defending this bottom right now. These previous wicks indicate that. Yesterday was a pretty interesting day as well, so. We've officially broken out of that low now. Let's see the reaction. This previous spot where we had the support yesterday before price just continued higher is the next spot I'm really kind of looking at to gauge strength here. Kind of right exactly where we're at. Down at the 378s. We're pulling down now into the 370s. Still finding lower, pushing down into the 360s now. We're most likely now at this point gonna be looking at these 330s. Get an idea of that. I want to see this reaction here. At this price is a big spot. Buying is pushing us back into a range here. We're already almost back to overnight session. Almost back to the 15-minute range here. We're pushing back into the range here already. Strong reaction so far. They're holding this bottom. Now we're kind of getting pushed back down. Was maybe going to take a re-short off of this bottom of the 15-minute range. Now we had a breakout. I'm going to be a little bit more patient, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. We're back in this range. Yesterday's price action was pretty interesting, creating this bullish action all the way up to previous week highs. But then once we did take previous week highs, we've kind of just been going sideways. We're consolidating, and now buyers are trying to decide what they want to do here.
Let's imagine you have a generative AI startup that helps people write copy for different social posts. You want to go on
Yeah.
and list all of your different competitors. This will then help you understand which of the competitors are actually performing well. Now, we want to go
Oh, sorry guys.
sending the most traffic to their website.
You know, when you get like just be in your own thing, doing your own thing, so you hear the ads, be like getting stuck in the trance and don't even notice it until it's like been playing in your ear for so long. Yeah, no bueno. Hanging out at the 370s right now, 21,370. Opening print price was the 412s. Only like, 40 points off of that. Still pretty tight right now. We did give all the way up into overnight lows. We held the bottom there for a little while, but now that we're dipping in the lower, I think we can see possibly a little bit of continuation before we get before this just bottoms out here. This candle feels like it's going to be the one too. Start reaching. Yeah, it's like these 320s I'm kind of looking at. Another strong reaction from the buyers at the bottom here. Keep gauging reaction. Trying the EMA. I don't love that for a bottom, like an actual bottom, but we're going to be a little bit more patient. I think I'm going to try a sell here at the into the 15-minute range. Price just got there just now. Look at that. Strong reaction after we swept into this lows here. We get a closure above this price. If we get a closure above my line at the 396s, I will be longing a pullback into the 395s. If this candle closes above 396, we'll be longing a pullback into the 395s. I'm going to put our order in. Ordering at the 394, getting a pullback to the EMA right now would be our entry. We see continuation. We see the direction that we're holding. Right now, we did just push up to the 50% of the first 15-minute range, but we had an inversion here and we just swept it. So, I mean, an imbalance and we just inverted it. So, I'm feeling pretty bullish. Kind of got the reaction we wanted to see, and a little slower off the reaction of overnight lows, but we are getting the move now. So now we're going to position ourselves to hold this bottom. If we get a retest, we're creating another imbalance, and we're having our order like 50% of the way through the imbalance. So I like it. We're going to be patient here, trying to get a fill. No reason to chase our order up. Last couple of days, I've been losing doing that. Been trying to like move my order slowly up to get filled, but because of our 10-point stops, we gotta be a little bit more patient right now. Getting above the 50% of the first 15-minute range here. Finding some bullish continuation. I really like our order to get a fill here, I think. Maybe a little low. Maybe I should do the 495s. 95s, I mean. Yeah, I like that. And now we wait. We did what we can do, and now we wait, boys. Let's see what happens here. Who's hanging out in here? We got, obviously, Brett. Maybe Tim, Juan, Will, Twister. Say what's up, y'all. Say what's up. How y'all doing? What y'all looking at? Haven't gotten to the EMA yet. I mean, the VWAP. We haven't broken out of this 15-minute range yet, so our entry's still valid. As EMA continues to curl up here, it makes me feel like our order may have a less and less chance of getting a fill, but we'll find out. Quick little dip into our price here. Come on. I feel like if it does turn, it's going to turn at like these other wicks in this 15-minute range, like right here, which is also VWAP, like 405. We're at 395, so I can't take a trade at 405 with a 10-point stop when I really want the 395, because then my entry would be my stop, and that's just no bueno. Bulls are holding this, though. We may not get another dip into that. The longer we sit here, the more this EMA is going to curl. Sylvain Dames, dude, what's up, man? How are you doing? Yeah, potentially pull back into this buy right here is what I'd be interested in. If we get a little dip below there, these 400s, I think it's just going to be the bottom of that move there. At these wicks, at these 403s is kind of more attractive. What's up, Sylvain, man? How are you doing? Doing good. I had a good weekend. Worked a lot, but man, I think these, like I just mentioned, this wick bottom here, it's kind of looking pretty good. We're going to try to hold these 395 entry, though. How are you doing, though? What are you looking at, bro? See if the EMA is going to hold. If it's going to hold, it's probably going to hold right now. We're at the 395, so we're a little bit below EMA right now. Might get a fill. Come on, Nazi. Depending on this candle closure, if we can't get below this EMA, I'm going to bring our order up a little bit. Because I feel like we're going to just hold this EMA and just rip. Still like where we're at, though. We're on the outside edge. Furthest outside edge is where we have to be. Here we go. Come get a fill. Come on. Right now. Oh, dude. That's very dirty, Nazi. Come give me a fill down here at the 395s, and then you can continue on your move. We're trying to get a wick here. Also overnight low test. One more support of this potential move up before we get continuation. Just need a little entry here. Have a good weekend, but I've just burnt through 2 accounts. Hey, it's not ideal, buddy, but that's okay. It's okay. We're not paid as traders to be right 100% of the time, right? We're just paid to make more money than we spend, and sometimes maybe you had to burn those 2 accounts to, you know, get a fill on something else. I love the way volume is compressing into our range, right? So we're seeing the volume weaken into what we're looking to get filled. So this gives me more confirmation. If we get missed by a couple points, we're gonna be bummed out. But Sylvain, it's okay, man. That means you just have an opportunity to reload and crush it next time. Keep that mentality correct. Here we go. Finally getting a fill. Finally getting a fill. Let's get this move now. We need 26. Hold this line. This is overnight low. So I love this trade. I really do. Take 10 points here every day. I will risk this trade every day. And it didn't work for us today. Really like that trade. So I'm completely okay with that. 958. And these accounts for the day, boys, are cookied, I think. We have like $50 to try here, actually, I think. Yeah, we have $50. We have one chance. We have to literally bottom tick. Which is frustrating because I really, really, really enjoyed that entry. Once you do pass these accounts, what will you be risking? Once I pass these, I'm going to take day 3. So day 1 is to get 1,500. Day 2 is to get the other 1,500. And then day 3, I am going to be risking the accounts, technically one, on day 3. So I had that $2,000 drawdown. I'll be trading 2 accounts, 2 contracts. So technically 50 points in drawdown, but what that really would be to try to make 75 points. So I could have 3,000 in each account, and then from there I'd have 3 tries with the 5-point leverage on day 4 to go for the 7K. Does that make sense? Did I explain that? Does that make sense? So where do we get in at, boys? We got in here at the bottoms at 93, and we got stopped at 81. So still think this is going to be a bullish reaction. Does that make sense, Juan? Did I explain that right? And yeah, Sylvain, it is all right. But it does sting. I know the feeling. So don't... It's okay to feel upset. You know, like, it sucks to lose money. But we're privileged at the same time, right? We're privileged to be able to even spend money and risk hard-earned cash in this economy on technically just gambling. I mean, it's investing. It's all the things. But at the end of the day, we're risking money to make money. However you want to explain that to somebody, that's the game. Strong reaction off the EMA, pushing back towards the low of this. We get over 50%. We're pushing back in. Chip in a chair, brother. Chip in a chair, my boy. Just another day in the office, you know. This bottom looks like this is what was supported. We have one chance, I think, to even have an offer, and we still have to hit 35 points now. So we have to have the bottom tick a 35-point move here. So we're gonna be patient to try to get that executed. Nasdaq's down 0.5%. S&P's down 0.5%. Starting to wick down here on this previous spot. We can push back into this overnight range. Getting back above these 390s would be quite bullish. Yes, I get it. Word, bro. Are you trading your other strategy right now on the other side of some side cash? Are you trading your other strategy right now on the side for some side cash? So I'm glad you said that. I've been thinking about it. I'm thinking about trying some new prop firms, either Top 1 Futures or Take Profit Trader, because I do want to try that strategy again. Back to the 396s here. So we're kind of trying to get to the EMA. I do want to trade that, but right now I'm still profitable. Like, I still have technically like $6,500 of Topstep's money to keep playing with. So it's a good amount of accounts to keep whirling at. Eventually, again, this 22,500 payouts what we're targeting. 5K on each account after the 10%. They take 2,200, 500, or 22,500. So then your payout's 22,500. And so I got a couple more grand to kind of spend at that. But on the side, I do think I'm going to start opening another prop. Again, like take profit trade or something with like similar rules, but like less, like, yeah, straight to funded also kind of seemed attractive. So you can just get in, and because sometimes obviously we make money right off the rip with these accounts. So with the arbitrage that we're trying to perform here, we're trying to obviously make more than we spend. But it's kind of difficult sometimes with the combines or anything with a challenge, because in the initial phase of getting proof of your strategy or whatever, you're getting allocated, you're getting funded. So like these $3,000 that we would make to pass an account, that's $3,000 you could already be using for a strategy. But Juan, this is what, week 5 now, I think, of our strategy. Remember I said I was gonna do 90 days, so I was gonna do 12 weeks, and we're now almost halfway through. I have to stick to it and give it the time that it deserves, because the strategy I know can work. It's just a lot tighter. I also don't mind being wrong immediately, right? So on a lot of these trades, I'm validated or invalidated instantly if it works, and I kind of like that personally, just for my strategy and who I am. I kind of want to try this long here, boys. We're finding some support. Kind of want to try the long here, boys. We're finding some support. I'm going to try it down here. If we can get a fill. We have to be very tight with our entry. It's crazy that we would still barely be, because we got in here at the 95s, and then we just went down to the 78s, and we've just been hanging out right where we got in. So, but yeah, like I said, I kind of wouldn't mind. I think soon I'm going to be spending more money in general. I have the stability and structure, obviously, of, you know, an income, and just scaling trading would basically just be spending more. Even though some people, like, I get it. Again, back to the idea that we have a privilege to even be able to risk money like that. But that's kind of the game. We spend money to make money, and we risk it to make money. And I kind of want to take the bottom of this overnight low at the 394s again. Since we've already supported and based back above it and the EMAs right here, I feel like we won't really get a stab at the 381s again. But be a little bit more patient here. Because what do you think, Juan? I know you found me when I was trading my other strategy, so I'm not sure how much care to share what your main job is. Yeah, bro, I'm a cannabis contractor, so I actually go around to different grows. I live in Maine, and I go around to different spots, help them process their flower, you know, like mostly just leaf removal, a high-end leaf removal, but it pays really well. And also in this current spot I'm at, I have 2 jobs, and this one that I'm at right now, this house is kind of like a piece of it. Like I get to work. I work hard. I work like a good amount of hours a week, but I also get to stay here for free. So that's just more allocation towards trading, right? And so that's kind of how I think about it. Right now I'm in a privileged spot to be able to just throw money at trading so that we can learn. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter who you are, you're going to be spending money on this. You're going to be learning. You have to spend that. I mean, everyone has their own like words for it, you know, intuition, like tuition costs or learning fees, whatever it is. But to get good at trading and to get better and more comfortable in the moment of having money on the table, you just have to do it 1,000 times, right? It's the simple thing of chunking. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but it's just doing something enough times is how you create that in your brain. And so that's the luck that I have, being able to just work hard and trade hard. That's one of my favorite things. Like, honestly, I'm able to supply my trading with my income. I actually make more from my work than I even spend on trading. And then when trading does work out, all that money is back to me. Okay, we look like we're getting fill here. Last try. Can we get a little touch and go here? We can't give anything back. Oh, well, we gave it back. So yeah, like, That's 250 now. These accounts are blown, right? 50 for each account. That's 250. I will reset these and go at it again tomorrow for another 250 and so on and so forth. So right now on Topstep, my averagely burn rate is like, I don't know, $1,000 a week, sometimes like $1,200 a week. So it's like it's like pretty much $5,000, right around $5,000 a month. Boys, our luck today is criminal. Look how close we were to this bottom ticking that. So yeah, it's like $5,000 a month is my Topstep burn rate. I'm all-time profitable. I've made more than I've ever spent, but just marginally, and that's also because I'm doing 5 accounts at a time. So eventually, I keep my income sideways, right, for a while, because my job equates to trading or balances trading out, and then eventually trading, then I make money, and that's just adding to the savings. It's kind of how I've been attacking it, and it's been good. It's been a good year. So it's been like almost 10 months of just trying and spending money on Topstep and honing this skill and doing my tuition fees or whatever. But I love it, and I love being here and sharing my insight, sharing what I'm looking at, learning, getting to know you guys, and seeing how it works for everybody. This is what I was asking though before I said that question. Boys, this is actually gonna hold here too. I feel like we're compressing below EMA though, so it could just keep dying here. But you've seen my other strategy. So you saw the strategy that I used to trade where I was like kind of just poking one contract and I would just let the market move and then decide from there. And now you're seeing this where I'm taking 5 at outside edges. So high leverage on outside edges. What's your opinion of them? I know one is a lot quicker and one technically makes money. Actually, let me revert that. Excuse me. Both very much make money. But one is a little bit more like, it's slower, and it's kind of just like the way that 95% most people trade, right? You take base hits, base hit, and you're trying to avoid that big loss that really happens to a lot of people, and you blow a lot of money, rather than we're doing the inverse with this strategy with the leverage. I want to learn your other strategy. Okay, the one lots. Basically, bro, it's really similar. So that reason I even converted, essentially why I even am willing to try, is because they are really similar in terms of like what we're looking at for location. Like this sweep of this bottom, we're still looking for outside edges essentially, but I would always get in with one contract and I'd be wrong a couple times. So they would make a decision, they'd make a move, and then I would from there continue to like make reactions off of that. But yeah, I don't have any, I don't know which one's better yet. But that's why I have to be willing to give this 3 months, give it a good try. Full leverage outside edges, and if it doesn't work then it isn't working. I know the other strategy is there. It's never going to go away. We have the opportunity to be flexible and always learn new things. So right now we're just going to be patient. I thought that this bottom could be tested again if this is going to be a strong move, but I was like, no, I think we're going to find this support and we were going to hold and push back. But now that this is already trying another wick here, I wouldn't have taken that long. Do you have a video on your channels for what? Oh, for the strategies? That's a good point. I have not made a video yet explaining the strategies. Because it's really tricky though, Juan, because I feel like any strategy, no matter what it is, can work and has a chance to work. Like, you want to trade trend lines, you want to trade support and resistance, you want to trade small size and just hold for long times and add into your positions, you want to do reversal trading. Like, they all have of your last strategy. I can make that video for you and help explain it, and also some of the other live streams really show it. What's up, Will? Happy to see you here, man. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's crushing these markets. Now we're kind of going sideways, but yeah, any strategy can work though, Juan, no matter what it is. It's really just comes down to what works for you, what you're okay with, what you're comfortable with experiencing. And the reason, again, that I enjoy this higher leverage one is because, for 2 reasons. They're really similar entries to the shorter trading 1 lot and trading 5 lot. I'm looking for similar entries, so I might as well adjust my entry slightly, get a little bit more of an outside edge with the leverage. But also because when I'm wrong quickly. So that's nice just for the psychology reason. You don't have to, marry a trade or be more emotional. It's either going to work, it's not going to work. And it's just what it is. And then when it does work, it pays so much more than the other account and ever will. But both work, bro. And again, like I'll make a video for you. You can go look at some of the other live streams. I explain it, or it's like kind of explained through there with just me taking my entries and everything. But a lot of the entries of the strategies are similar. Like right now, we're looking at this same move, right? We found a bottom. We pushed through overnight lows, where we found a really strong reaction from the buyers back over to the 50% there. Any strat can work. It's about putting the hours into a single strategy that you get better at handling emotionally and intuitively. Very well said by Timothy right there. And he's the one this is his strategy, obviously, that he introduced me to. And he's very profitable with it, very successful. And it's mostly just that word that he just said, is putting in the time and the hours and just learning something over and over, no matter how painful and how many times you lose or whatever happens. Just doing the same thing, gaining that experience, and trusting that what you're doing will work long term is really trading in a nutshell. Show up, find a spot, put a trade on. It works or it doesn't work, and you just keep putting that same trade on the same parameters. If obviously you have some reason that it should work out, and then overall you just play with time, and in a year, 2 years, it should all work out for you. Now that requires a lot of faith, which is the tough part, right? Having conviction that a strategy that you technically are just formulating is going to work. But that's what we're all doing. That's what life is, really. Like every time you get in the car, you think you're going to get to your destination. That's just what you know off of your past experience. But there's no validation. There's no real proof of that other than when you finally pull into the spot, But what's up? How are we doing today, boys? Juan, how are you doing? Will, how are you doing? You guys take any trades yet? Did you blow your accounts like me? Hopefully you didn't. I know Sylvain he blew a couple accounts, but it's completely normal. I tried the bottom hold. My first trade was to hold this bottom. Didn't hold. It almost did too. We needed just a 30 to trade. Got close, and then we were trying to hold this bottom, which we're still kind of trading at sideways right now. Blue. So that's okay, brother. So Juan, that's kind of what I'm saying. And this has got another, I'm down 500. No problem, brother. No problem. See, that's the thing. You're going to keep showing up and keep making it happen, and that's just how it works. But if you already blew your account, it's like, why not just have it blown fast and then being willing to make more if it works? Green on the day. Probably going to call it. Hell yeah, I will. Bro, you can't complain about being green on a sideways day right now. Our top range of the day so far is 440. Our bottom is 354. We're in a 85 point range. I'd wait. If you are going to take another trade, I'd just be a little bit more patient. Wait for a break of direction. I mean, this bottom here, very attractive. Supported. Now we're pushing back above overnight lows. Attractive. If we can find some support here and push back to the 15-minute range and this VWAP, attractive. However, big time frame, it kind of looks like if we do get back to VWAP, it could be a pull down as well. I burnt them this morning because I couldn't wait. It's all right too, Sylvain, bro. That's like... I mean, it's tricky because did you not wait because the market just opened, or did you just take your trade that you normally would always take and it just didn't work out? Two different things. Like I would say I was impatient because I didn't hold for this bottom. I didn't look for this bottom, but no, my strategy was to hold for this bottom and we just got ripped on it, but that doesn't mean that we weren't there. Tomorrow will be another day. Absolutely, my boy. No doubt about it. We make money, we lose money. We just show up every day. I love it. I love it. We're here every day. No matter what. If it works or it doesn't work. That is kind of psychotic. We love pain. We love pain. Until that day where you just make $50,000. You get to tell your mom, hey, you are good. Here's money for your mortgage. You get to just, help your family. And that's what we're all doing this for, I think. At least what I'm doing it for. I'm sure you guys are similar, but... We be back. We're so privileged, right? We're so privileged to be able to just spend money and to be participating in the markets. Definition of insanity, no doubt, Will. Thinking of just mastering a supply and demand strat on the 1 foot to 5 minute. So, Juan, I love the idea because, again, any strategy can work. That can definitely work. But what is that? How much different is that comparison to your normal strategy? Like, what are you normally doing? Because a supply and demand on a 1 to 5 minute, that can work. Again, like, there are levels on a 1 to 5 that will hold and can provide strong moves. So that will work. But if you start doing that, give it some time. Don't. Because it also, like, think about it this way. Every time we try a new strategy, we're like restarting our knowledge in a sense. Like, obviously we have previous built up experience that's going to make us who we are. But because I know before opening range break and right now, 15 minute. Yeah, okay. I like that. So you're trading kind of at least for 15 minutes. Look for opening range break out of that. Yeah. So those are definitely different. So all I'm going to say is just be patient with yourself. If you do give that a go and you switch the supply and demand strat in the 1 to 5 minute, give yourself some time to really start seeing it work. Be willing to blow a couple of accounts, even for like a month straight, before being like, okay, this doesn't work, because it just gets, again, if you saw the video I made about chunking, it's like, it's such a big concept that I tried to highlight how relevant it is, but I still fail to really, truly, like, symbolize the complete relevance of what chunking is and how it affects everything to do with life, let alone trading. But with a new strategy like that, you're literally just looking for new information to base that off of, that you haven't previously stored because you haven't been looking for that. You know what I mean? Look, guys, we're finally starting to find some support here, only after Tyler gets stopped out, of course. But now that we're kind of basing above the EMA here, we're still going sideways. The bottom of this EMA is kind of overnight low as well. This could be a decent little trade if you're looking for just a continuation. I think we have the range for VWAP as a possibility. And if we do get above VWAP, you know, obviously the top of opening range. And then we have some overnight liquidity that's very attractive here at these previous highs. Pre-market high, London high. Yeah, pre-market high and London high are right here. So we have some options. We're still kind of going sideways. Now, but I appreciate everybody here hanging out. Juan, Will, Sylvain, Twister, Brett, Tim, everybody. Like, it just means a lot. You guys are here trying to learn the same thing. We're all like peas, similar peas in a pod. We're all just lunatics is what we are. We're all just lunatics. Gonna go watch some vids. Good luck, brother. Hey, good luck, Sauce. Hope you learned some stuff, buddy, and have a good day at work. I should reload these accounts, but I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow. I hate just sitting here and not doing anything, but hey, that's part of our job as well, right? Finally getting that break now, what we were kind of hoping for, and all of our other longs that we took today. We just couldn't find the bottom. Price has just been kind of, slow today. Getting a push towards the top of this 50-minute range and VWAP now. Will we find some continuation? Can you guys see my risk rich? That's my backdrop. There's no risk. There's no rich without risk. No riches without risk. It's the same word. Which again is gambling, which again is our life. We risk money to make money. Got back to the 50% of the 15-minute range. Price is still slowly finding higher prices. VWAP is still in tail here. Top of the 15-minute range. We break through that. Again, we have some liquidity above the 480s roughly. London high and pre-market high. We have a nice strong W here. I wouldn't feel super strong about this W until we get over VWAP for sure, just because this higher time frame could just be a bear flag for the continuation lower. But overall, we're feeling pretty good. Look at this rip. Can we just state this? I remember this Monday, this bottom too. 17,696 up to 21,400. Literally 4,000 fucking points is insanity. Insane in the membrane. See what happens. We're kind of going sideways. Volume just been slow today, it feels like. I'm gonna get out of here in like 7 minutes, boys. Get out of here at 10:30 today. Got a tight stream. I gotta go back to the old job, unfortunately, but it's okay because again I have a privilege to be able to trade and work, so can't complain. If you guys are hanging out still, there's a couple of us. Hit like, help on the stream, pushes it forward, finds us our other lunatics out there that want to get in here and help us do the same thing. Sharing insights how we're gonna get better, right, boys? Something like that. They say something like that, or we all just keep getting worse. We all just keep going backwards. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Impossible. No, but seriously, look at this hourly chart. Super weird chaos going on in here. Ensued when we started introducing all of our tariffs, and then boom. Look how just normal this price action looks, okay? Right? Such a different market. And then we get into this. Holy shit. You been to a Cooper Flag game? Bro, Cooper Flag, he's the man. He grew up, or he actually played sports literally 30 minutes from right where I'm at right now in Newport. He's the man. Super good player. I've seen him play, but not now that he's in college and playing in the NBA soon. The Mavericks. Hey, you guys have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. Yes, sir. We'll take it easy, buddy. I'm glad you're calling it green. Glad you're calling it on a green winning day, man. Congrats, and take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow, bro. Juan, you know about Cooper, though. That's sick. You into basketball, then? You a big basketball fan? W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Will. Green on the day, and he's calling it there. That's discipline. Yeah, he's an animal. He's a really good player. Genetically gifted, but he just plays with like an aggression that most people definitely not around here. I mean, he stood out. He was like literally a cocoa bean in a thing of milk. Like, that's how much he stood out just being around Maine, just because of his obviously physical prowess, but more just the aggression he plays the game with. He plays it with like a nice assertiveness, and so once he got to college, that continued and carried them even as a freshman, and then got him into the Mavs, even though the Mavs had like a very small chance of pulling first get. So couple more minutes for me to hear, boys. Really, market is pretty sideways right now, which means we'll probably get a continuation, real moves later, but that's just how it is sometimes. Price, we're still kind of going sideways, but now that this W is formed, we're trying back into the 50% of this 15-minute range. If this fails again, could get a little weird, but I expect the volume to stay kind of light right now and maybe find some continuation. But I'm gonna call it there for the day, boys. There's a couple more minutes here till 10:30, but I'm not too worried about it. Actually, I'm gonna stay for 5 more minutes. We can get over the hour mark. 5 more minutes, get over the hour mark. We got to be consistent in that regard there. I want to see what price does here. I want to see if we can finally get out of this 50% because we've been supported by it 3 times now. Like once we broke down to the bottom, this first wick, which technically is above the 50%, but still respected it. We got pushed right back down. Tried it again here, which respected it to the tick, pushed right back down, and then we tried it again here, and we're still hanging out. So until this breaks out, there's really nothing to do here. This is all kind of no man land. Especially now that we're still in the 15-minute range. Be patient. Be patient. Technically, there's still 5.5 hours in the market. It's so weird to think like that. Like, I'm always so used to trading just in this window because A, the market's moving. B, you don't need more than that. And we are respecting the 50% again here. So let's keep that in mind. The second time... 1, 2, 3, the 4th time we just supported it. Sellers are still reloading and pushing us back now. Potentially back towards low a day here. Strong move so far. One of the strongest selling moves of the day. First one was the one that we broke through the 50-minute range. This one is showing that we're re-supporting it. So shorts are clearly in control right now, right? Shorts are clearly in control right now. We've only had 3 strong volume candles. 2 are bearish and 1 is bullish. And this bullish one brought us nowhere. So technically the bearish ones haven't either, but they're both supporting the same price. So in the higher time frame, if it was like a hedge fund or someone that has money, this proof that they're defending is more indicative than this reaction. Especially because we're still below VWAP, like I said. Until we get above VWAP, I wouldn't really trust any of this. Because a higher time frame, this could just be a micro. This could be a micro pullback to get the bigger bear flag move. Back to the bottom of the 15-minute range to a T. What's gonna be the reaction? Very sideways price action for the most part. If you already tried and you already made your moves, we should mostly be on our hands right now, not really. Sitting on the hands, not really looking at anything because this isn't high probability conditions. Very sideways, very undecided. Not a lot of liquidity on either side that we could be attracted to. Just feels like a fairly sparse order book. Not a lot of trades that really are being filled. Overnight high swept yesterday's high. We got pushed back into this range, and now we're just kind of consolidating. On a macro, we're still consolidating at the top. You can see another dip down into like these prices, maybe like the 200s before some continuation further on. Excuse me. Very tight today, though. This is our entire day range so far. Comparatively to previous days, that is like literally nothing. In comparison. Still right now, technically holding the bottom of this 15-minute range, but a really nice bear flag in with a wick here. So I'd actually be taking a short here off this EMA. I'd be taking a short here off this EMA looking for a continuation lower. So we would be filled at the 98 right now. Let's see what happens. This thing's going to rip, isn't it? I think the safer short would still be the 50% again, but I don't know if we get back to that 50%. I don't know if we get back to that 50%. Pretty sideways day overall, though. Trying the EMA again. All right, gentlemen, I am going to get out of here for the day. Again, I really appreciate everybody. Juan, good luck, bro, with your new account. You're down a couple hundred, but no problem. It's literally nothing. You can make that all back and pass that account still. yeah, keep checking in, bro. Keep tapping in. Just have faith that whatever you do and whatever strategy you take, the fact that you're showing up is really what's going to push you in the direction of being successful. Just being willing to take opportunities is how you win. Rich favors the bold here, and showing up every day with a not knowing what to do is the reward. So we would have taken a short at the 98s here, and right now it's looking like it'd be so far correct. Again, shorts have been showing themselves pushing back down to the outside of the range, but I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Good luck if you are still trading. Be patient if you aren't. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Peace.